Today, I'm going to give you an introduction to board climbing. I'm going to tell you what it is, why I think you should do it, and how to have a really good session. We're here at the Climbing Hangar in Southampton, where their board setup might be the best I've ever seen. Let's go climbing. I'm going to explain what a board is and reasons why I really like it. I think that one thing that's really important to do is to have a good warm-up, especially your fingers beforehand. You can check out my fingerboarding video, like fingerboard warm-up, which is on my YouTube channel already. But yeah, just making sure you either do a bit of climbing or a little bit of warming up before you get on a board is really important. Here at the Climbing Hangar in Southampton, they have 3 boards. They have the moon board, the tension board, and the kilter board. So with board climbing, the holds on the board never change. The angle is usually pretty steep. Sometimes it's adjustable, and the climbs are set so you can challenge yourself time and time again. You can train so many different aspects of climbing on a board. I think it might be the best way to train for climbing. So here you can see this board is 40 degrees. This one's a little steeper at 50. And these are fixed angles. So some boards are adjustable. And if you come over here, you'll get to see the LED system on the kilter where the lights are at the back. So all of these 3 boards have an LED system where you can light up the climb. So you do that from an app. I'll talk through that a little bit more in a bit, but yeah, they're very accessible. So you can go onto these apps, find climbs that are at your grade, and really start to work up through those numbers. The first thing I want to talk about when it comes to board climbing is your mindset. So what approach are you having going into this session? Because for me, board climbing is training. It's almost like going to the gym over going on the climbing wall. So although you are still climbing and you're still moving on the wall, the fact that these are fixed angles, they're steep boards, and you're doing kind of systematic training, I think has a very different approach and mindset to just going climbing. So I want you to think about coming into board climbing with a training mindset and thinking about how you're moving and what you're doing and what the point of your session is. The best way to ensure a good mindset coming into a board session is to choose one thing that you want to focus on. Now, with board climbing, you can train everything from finger strength to core strength, accuracy as you're being really precise hitting holds, to kind of explosive power. There's an endless possibility with board climbing of things that you can train. But when you're just getting started out, I do believe focusing on something really simple and easy for you to kind of keep in your mind is incredibly important. And I would say, is it about trying hard for you or getting lots of climbing done? So just choosing one of those 2 things. Are you coming into the session to try hard, which will mean lots of rest and lots of focus and a lot of falling? Because let's face it, when we're training, we should be pushing ourselves. Or are you coming into the session to get a lot of climbing done and familiarize yourself with board climbing? So I think for me, the kilter board and the tension board are really great for just getting started out. I'll grab my phone and show you the app on how to select a boulder now. And then it's all about just getting on and kind of getting to grips with it, quite literally. There wasn't a pun intended there, but it came out. So with the newer LED boards, there'll be an app that you can download. So there's a kilter app, a tension app, and a moon app. And then you can scroll through all of the climbs on here. You can set the filters to the grades that you want. You can see how many people have done these climbs before. And it's a really nice, accessible way to get into board climbing and know that you're kind of gonna be able to ease your way in. You know, there's everything from V2, V3 on the kilter, so you can really kind of work your way into those harder climbs or just stay on the easy ones and really find what is going to be a good level for you in particular, because that'll be different for everybody. Go minimum V0. Maximum. Go V4. Done. I think I'm going to get on 50-degree challenge, 6A, V3, 3 stars, and it's had almost 18,000 descents. So yeah, let's light it up. Here we go. So on the kilter, the green holds are the start, yellow for feet, blue for hands, and then up there you'll see the purple, and that's the finish hold. The lights might be slightly different on other climbs, what the colors mean, but the kind of system is usually the same on the LED boards. There is a really cute app feature on a lot of the boards where in the top corner you can see there's a little Instagram sign. And you can click on it and get beta, which I definitely use a lot. So I just went to climb Swooped and I didn't know if you're supposed to go again or not, so I'm just gonna check the beta on this. Looks fun though. Okay, got it. Okay, I've actually climbed on the kilter board quite a lot and I haven't climbed on this tension board before. So I've just opened the app and I'm gonna have a little look at some of the most climbed, easier climbs, you know, the intro ones, and take a little pick of, take a little choice. That doesn't even make sense. I'm gonna climb Pizza Box. There it is. This is Pizza Box V3 6A. 3 stars. That's like generous on the stars. Well, we'll see if it's a good boulder. Ooh, the colors have changed on here. Purple are for feet, green start, blue hands. Okay, that was a pleasant climb. I can see why it got 3 stars. Hinge Mania. This looks so fun. I love pinches. It is so important to rest. I can't emphasize it enough, how much rest is crucial when you're climbing on a board, because it's basically like strength training. And I think that's the big difference, and kind of one of the huge differences actually between board climbing and climbing is the amount of rest that you need. Make sure you're taking your shoes off, having a chill, and not just relentlessly climbing if you're just getting introduced to board climbing, that is. Because if you think of it like strength training, we need to rest and let our bodies recover to make those gains. So yeah, having a little pause, sitting down, stepping back, spending time choosing your boulder, your next boulder, is a really good way to force that rest. And sometimes I even use a stopwatch to make sure I actually have a good couple of minutes, or like 5-10 minutes even sometimes between boulders if I'm trying really hard. I like board climbing. It's quite hard on new holds though. Whew. I am currently wearing the Madrock D21s. These are an older pair, they're super comfy. I think having comfy shoes on the board is so important. On my board at home, I wear the Remora, so a slipper. But on these boards, there's some heels and some more kind of technical footwork, I guess. So I tend to choose just a shoe that feels super comfortable and not really aggressive. I think comfort. I'm all about comfort these days. I really think there's a misconception that board climbing is only for elite climbers, and I just don't think that that's true. I think board climbing can be beneficial to climbers of all abilities. You just have to choose your climbs wisely. So on the kilter and the tension, there's some easier climbs with really big jugs and good holds, and you can make so many gains from doing that. But also, board climbing can be great for someone who's been climbing for years and years and just wants to get introduced to it. So it's all about choosing the right level of climb for you, the right grade. So LED boards like this are great for that. So the Moonboard will be a little bit more advanced because the holds just aren't as good. And the boards that you have access to, they could be any type of board. So it's all about easing your way in and getting the level right for you. But there are so many different things that you can train with board climbing. The possibilities are endless, it feels like. And I love board climbing and I love using it as a training tool. But this video is an introduction, not an advanced board climbing video. Maybe we need to do that in the future. Some people might disagree, but I believe that board climbing is for everybody. I think you can make massive gains using a board to train, and you can do it at your level. That's what it's all about, is kind of coming in. Setting that focus is so important. And my final top tip, which I haven't mentioned, but is super important, is to set a time limit. Do not come to the wall for the entire day and only climb on the board. Set yourself an hour, 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours at the max to do this session, because it's all about focusing on training, not climbing. Big difference. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe, share, and maybe more importantly, let me know if you want to see more board content. I have so many ideas of how to train on a board, how to kind of assess your weaknesses and know what it is you want to work on. And also, big one, how to get out of plateaus. Board climbing is so great for that. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more board content, because I love making it.